Well, for the first time in 7 years, the old shoe is not symbolically the NTL trophy, which makes the 1993 old shoe game all the more important. It's all that matters now. The winner has a successful season. The loser has to wait until next year. Hello, I'm Stu Wilson. With me is Jim Reed. Hi, Coach. Last year, the old shoe went right down to the wire as, Brendan Riddle picked off a pass in the end zone with 12 seconds remaining to preserve a 9-3 win. What do we expect this year?
You never know in a game like this, Stu. Last year was a very exciting game, as have many of those games in the past. You can just bet that these teams are going to be pumped up. They're going to be full of emotion, and sometimes you can make mistakes if you if you don't play with your head.
All right, let's get on to the field now as the Troy High School band is playing our national anthem. Okay, Stu Wilson and Jim Reed once again back here at Alperon Park in Troy, Pennsylvania for the 1993 Old Shoe game. Two teams coming into this game with less than impressive records, Jim.
Well, I'll tell you what. On paper, I know this has been overdone in the papers and everything else. Canton has the edge, but you know as well as I do, you can just throw that right out the window right now. I know that the Canton Troy Lions Club always put on a very, very fine Old Shoe banquet after the season is over, and I know how much it means to the team that gets to keep the Old Shoe. And
Canton has had that Old Shoe for 4 years now, and in fact they've won.
I think it's the overall record's 20, 15, and three ties in Canton's favor.
That's exactly right.
There was a space of time I was looking through the paper where Canton could have had, I believe, like 8 wins in a row. And I think it was 1978 that Troy won one of the most thrilling games I've ever seen. They beat us 15-14. Right at the end of the game with a 2-point conversion. That was one of the most exciting games I've ever seen.
The last time Troy won this game was in 1988, and they won 14-2 that year, and it's been all Canton Warriors ever since as the Troy Trojans take the field. Midst all the hoopla, high school football at its best, regardless of the team records. Canton is, I believe, what are they, 2-3 and the NTL, and Troy is 1-4.
This very well could have been for another part of an NTL championship. It won for a couple field goals earlier in the year, when Canton suffered a couple losses.
Yeah, amen.
You know, Stu, we were talking about this earlier. I can't believe how nice it is out tonight.
Temperature is around 50 degrees. There is a variable breeze out of the south. Sometimes it gusts maybe, 20 miles an hour, but at other times it's almost non-existent. It shouldn't be too much of a factor in this football game. I was impressed viewing the films of the teams. I was impressed with the Canton quarterback, young Brian Smith. He's a junior. He's a fairly accurate passer, and he seems to have a lot of poise on the field.
Yes, he does. He also has some very good receivers in Matt Morris and Bob Woodward. And
sticky fingers.
Yes, and the backs coming out of the backfield. He's had some big shoes to fill, believe me, and he's done it very well.
Yeah, he's done a good job. And the same thing on the Troy side. Ryan Allen is a good quarterback, and he has a couple of good running backs behind him too, in Dan Kress and Jim Smith. He'll throw mostly to Mike Zafaris and John Imp, also Brandon Williams.
Troy does have some pretty good speed in the backfield, and that's what Canton will have to contain. And we have some pretty good speed, or Canton has some pretty good speed in the backfield too. That's something that they'll have to contain.
That's right. Ian Roberts and Kelly West. Of course, West gained over 1,000 yards a couple of years ago playing for Troy.
Yeah, I can't imagine what's going through his mind right now.
I know that he has to have some mixed emotions out there, playing against his old teammates.
I imagine.
Of course, most of these kids are friends anyway. They know each other.
Yeah. The rivalry is still there, but like you said, a lot of these kids they're so, they see each other in the off season. They are, a lot of them are good friends.
You can have a rivalry with your friends.
Oh yes.
Well, Troy has about 18 co-captains out there.
Well, here comes Kansas.
Probably the seniors. I'm not sure.
Yeah, these must be the seniors. This is one of the games, too, they'll always remember. They'll come back to their 10, 15, 20, 25-year reunions, and just about every time they'll start talking about the Troy-Canton football game, win or lose.
Yep, bragging about it one way or the other.
Yes, sir.
Well, the captains are in the middle of the field. They're waiting now for the coin toss.
You know, Stu, it seems like just yesterday that they were starting preseason practice in the middle of August, and here they are playing their last regular season football game. For a while there, Stu, Troy was in our last game, and and it seemed like it
wasn't right, was it?
No, it didn't seem right.
Wasn't right. Well, let's see what the fellow in the white hat's going to say.
I don't know about you, Stu.
Trojans, excuse me, Jim. The Trojans have won the toss. They're going to receive. Go ahead, Jim. I'm sorry.
Well, I always felt that, I don't know how you feel about it, but as a coach, it's sometimes I'd rather be playing defense first than offense.
Okay, why is that?
Well, from the opening kickoff, you have a lot of jitters. And on defense, all you have to do is react and go to the football. And on offense, you have to actually control that football.
A little more precise playing. Okay, that makes sense.
Sometimes get the jitters out of their systems.
Now what are they doing in the center of the field?
I have no idea, Stu.
All right, we'll be all set to go with the opening kickoff right after these messages. Okay, we're back here at Alperon Park in Troy, Pennsylvania. Stu Wilson along with Coach Jim Reed, and we're just about set to go. Jeremy Parker will tee the ball up for the Warriors, and he'll kick probably to Smith. Smith is back there. Dan Kress is back there. Jim Smith is in the center. Kress on the near side. I can't tell who's on the far side.
There's another youngster kicking off for Canton, Jeremy Parker. He's just a sophomore this year. He's got a good foot. I think he's second in the league in points scored for PATs and field goals.
Warriors have a young team. The line drive kick is taken. No, they're letting it roll. Now that's a live ball. They better do something with it. Why did the referee signal that as a touchback? No one touched the ball. That's a kickoff, and that ball is live until someone touches it. That was a mistake.
Well, I had a hard time seeing that. I didn't see if
ball,
anybody touched
that
it or
ball
not.
went into the end zone and died. And I believe that ball's alive till someone touches it.
I'm not sure if it goes into the end zone. I think it's
maybe
an automatic touchback if
nobody touches it.
Yes.
Okay, here we go. The Troy Trojans set up shop on the 20-yard line. Ryan Allen, the quarterback, he's going to pass. He's got a receiver open. I believe that's Smith. Complete.
Just a quick slant right across the middle. Looks like
that was Zeph Reese.
Looks like Troy's going to come out throwing, loosen the defense up a little bit, try to get the running game.
Well, I noticed the Warriors run a pretty tight defense, and that's what, if you're going to run against them, you've got to loosen them up.
You better believe it. They usually have 11 guys right around the line of scrimmage.
Give is to Smith. Smith gets a yard or so.
Good defensive play by Brandon Riddle. We missed him for a couple games. He's probably one of the best tacklers on our team. He had a knee injury earlier at a practice. He's always around the football.
2nd and 9. Game just underway from Alperon Park. The Troy Trojans with the football. That's Brandon Williams and Zacharias wide to the right. Backs are split. Allen's going to pass. Long pass down to Williams, when it drops through his hands. He should have caught it.
He hit him right in the hands. I don't know if it's maybe the ball's a little slippery. I'm not sure.
Well, or maybe opening game jitters.
Yeah.
Opening.
A little bit of lack of concentration there, I guess. He's probably trying to run with it before he had it.
Brings up 3rd and 9.
But I'll tell you see pros do the same thing.
Oh, absolutely. This time the receivers go wide to the left.
Just big down right here.
Slot back to the left. Allen drops back, rolls to his left a little bit. He has a receiver open.
Looks like a first down. I'm not sure. It depends on the spot.
That's number 42, Dan Kress on the left side.
Troy's quarterback, Allen, throws a nice ball.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
I said Troy's quarterback, Allen, throws a nice ball.
Yes, he does.
Looks like you're going to have a measurement here. I'm not sure.
Looks awfully close to the first down, but no, it's 4th and 1.
4th and 1.
Early in the game,
We'll
ball on the, about the 45-yard line.
By golly, they're going to go for it, Stu.
There they are.
Big play right here.
Well, Allen keeps the ball and looks like he mishandled it and didn't pick up his first down.
Looked like a broken play to me, or he didn't get the snap from center cleanly.
So the Canton Warriors will take over with a big break.
Big play right there.
Ball about on the 44-yard line, the Troy 44. 10:21 remaining here in the first period. No score as Brian Smith brings the Warriors out of the huddle.
Let's see what we do on first down this time, Stu.
Receiver wide to the right. Backs in the I formation. We have a whistle and too much time probably.
I'm not sure. There's a lot of people jumping around on the line of
some movement
scrimmage
there too.
Now defensively, they're allowed to come across the line of scrimmage and get back before the ball is tapped as long as they don't touch. As long as they don't touch an offensive player.
Well, the penalty is against the Warriors.
It looked like Canton's offense was set and somebody jumped.
1st and 15. Ball near midfield, just on the Trojan side. I formation again. Give is to West, I believe.
Looks like he got the 5 yards back. Should be what, second and 10, Stu?
Second and a long 10.
Yeah, I guess second and 11. Troy hasn't changed much defensively with their new coach. I believe they still play that 4-4 with 2 inside linebackers. Offensively, Troy has changed a little bit. They used to run a lot out of the eye. I've seen them do nothing but slip backs and a wing so far this game. Yeah, there it is. There's a 4-4 for Troy.
2 receivers wide to the right, backs in the I formation. The give is to West. West gets nowheres.
Swarming Troy defense on that play, Stu.
So the Warrior offense having difficulties here early in this game.
It's tough to get in a situation where you know you have to throw if you really want to get a first down. Lets those defensive linemen tee off and go.
3rd and 15. Backs are split. Wideouts to the right. Smith back. Pass is complete. That's Bob Woodard, but
yes,
it's way short of the first down.
Well, Canton still has a chance to pin him deep with a good punt. That's another sophomore that does the punting for us. I believe his name's Scott Kilburn. Does a nice job also.
Standing on his own 42. That'll be Smith and Kress, I believe, back to receive the punt, standing on their own 10-yard line.
I think the ref thought he might have made contact on that one. Looks like a 5-yard penalty against Troy, offside, or encroachment, I guess you'd say.
So Kilburn will stand about midfield. Receivers back near the goal line. Gets a nice high punt. Drops inside the 5 where it's fielded by Smith. Smith has some room up the sideline. Gets to the 20 where he's knocked out of bounds by Greg Bellows and Ian Roberts.
It was a good play by Smith. They could have been pinned, they should have pinned him back deep in their own hole. Smith got it out to the 20-yard line.
7:30 in the first period. No score here at Alperon Park.
crucial part of any football team is their special teams. They can win or lose football games.
Kicking team especially, yeah, they really can. Okay, here we go. Ryan Allen brings his team to the line. We have 3 men in the backfield. The give is to Smith. Smith gets to about the 23-yard line.
I believe Troy has the advantage up front in size. This is one of the smaller Canton lines we've ever had. They average, I believe, about 175 pounds up front. And usually in the past, we were close to averaging 200 pounds up front. And I know that Troy has some big kids up front and average quite a bit more. So our kids are going to have to be quick, hit first.
This is Smith. Smith gets to the 25.
Nice play by number 44, Brandon Reidel again.
It is good to have him back, isn't it?
Sure is. One of the best open field tacklers I've seen in a while. He's not very big. I bet you he only weighs 140 pounds, but he's got a lot of heart, believe me.
3rd down and 5 for the Trojans. Ball on the 25-yard line. Their own 25. We're in the first period. Receiver wide to the left. Allen rolls out to his right.
Good pressure on
has
quarterback.
A man open downfield. That was Dan Kress, and he couldn't handle the pass.
Had a lot of pressure on the quarterback that time. That's what you have to do.
So the Trojans will have to punt.
That's a tough position to play on Canton's defense, is that outside linebacker spot, because you've got run first and then pass, and a lot of times you've got to make sure it's a run before you draw back into pass coverage. It's tough to cover those people.
Greg Bellows and Kelly West back to receive the punt.
Looks like, yeah, we're going to try
Line
to set up
drive,
a wall.
short, low punt, and that's taken on the near side by Bellows. Bellows crosses over, way over on the
There
other
he
side
goes.
of the
He's got
field.
a lot of
He's got a lot of room. There he
He's got
goes.
blockers in front of him. Nice run.
Oh, my. Greg Bellows.
I thought he was gone, but those Troy kids had the angle on him.
Big break for the Canton Warriors here in the first period.
You know, he picked that ball up and ran all the way across the field and down the other sideline. We usually tell the kids, you know, run north and south on a short punt like that.
Ball spotted about on the 3-yard line, Jim. I can
Yeah.
see that better on the TV than I can looking around.
I guess so. Maybe we.
And another flag. Now what? Or at least time is called.
Might be
no,
timeout.
It's timeout. So the Canton Warriors call timeout. There is timeout on the field with the score 0-0. We'll be back after these messages. Well, Jim Reed is all tangled up in his mic cord. He's got a cup of coffee in one hand.
We're in quite.
I'll hang on to that while you turn around. There we go. Now you don't have to turn around. Here it is.
Okay.
All right.
This is quite cramped spaces we have here, Stu.
Well, it's good that we have a monitor. The press box is cramped, full of people.
Oh yeah.
2 radio stations here, coaches. There was a newspaper guy, I think, around here. I don't know where he went. Okay, the Warriors have 1st and goal. Ball on the 3-yard line.
Now there's another mistake on the.
This is West. West scores. Touchdown, Warriors. So Canton Warriors take the early lead, 6-0, with 5:41 remaining in the first period.
I imagine Kelly West has been dreaming about that for quite a while, don't you, Stu?
I'm sure he has been. I'm sure he's a very happy young man.
Now, just a while ago, we kind of made a mistake on the punt coverage team by not pinning them down inside the 5-yard line, and then Troy turned right around and made a mistake on their punt coverage team.
Special teams, as you said.
Yes, it was a mistake.
And you know, successful football teams throughout the years have had, you know, real good defense, and really, I think that's probably the weak spot on both these teams this year is the defense.
Unusually so for Canton.
We're going for 2, Jim. Backs are split. This is Reidel in motion. Smith's going to pass. He's having trouble finding someone open. He passes complete, and it's good to Matt Morris. So the Warriors add 2 more, and the score is 8-0.
I see Miller Moyer change strategies a little bit. He's been going for the 1-point conversion most of the year. He started off the year trying the 2-point conversion, wasn't very successful. I think he thinks that those 2-point conversions will come in handy later.
Well, they very well may. How many times have you seen a kick go awry and cost you the football game?
Yes, sir. Well, we'll see what Troy has to do something now, try to come back.
Jeremy Parker, I believe, will be kicking off.
There's a lot of time left, those two. There's still 5:41 in the first quarter.
Yeah, we're just getting started. We'd have a 100-0 game here, wouldn't we? All right, that's Smith, Press, and I'm not sure who else deep. Ball is taken by the man on the far side of the field, and that's Zacharias. Gets across the 25-yard line to about the 26, where the Troy Trojans will set up shop with 5.5 minutes remaining in the first period.
You know, Stu, for the rivalry that this game has been and always will be, I'm always impressed with the character of the kids.
Yeah.
I really am. Very
Here's Allen
subtle.
back to pass. Can't find anybody open.
There's pressure on the quarterback again.
Well, pressure on the quarterback and the receivers appeared to have been pretty well covered downfield.
One of Canton's weaknesses this year was defending against the pass. We've always been tough usually against the run. And so usually teams will see that when they scout us, and they'll try to throw, believe me.
Look at the defensive alignment.
Oh, sure.
You can't run through that.
Canton dares them
Yeah.
to throw.
This is Smith. Smith picks up a couple of yards, gets to about the 27.
I think Miller and Jake started messing around with this 6-3 defense way back when I was a senior in high school. We played a 6-3 some back then also.
This is Williams and Zacharias coming wide to the right. Press is in the slot. Allen passes incomplete, intended for a Cress down on the right sideline.
I see Canton has another little wrinkle there, a new wrinkle on defense. Kelly West is playing a defensive end, and he hasn't played defense all year long.
Right, I hadn't seen him play defense, yeah.
I think because of the outside speed of Troy, they wanted to put Canton's speed on their speed.
Well, that makes sense. West drops back into punt reception on his own 40. 4th down. Here comes the kick. It's high and short. Taken by Bellows. He fumbles it. Mishandled it, and I believe he got his own fumble back.
There's a bounce. It was a good bounce for Canton that time. He should have probably called fair catch. I think he saw all those Troy kids bearing down on him, and he lost concentration on the football.
Ball.
Because they had good field position.
Ball is just about on the Troy 49-yard line. 3:57 remaining in the first period. Canton leading 8-0. 1993 Old Shoe game. Here come the Warriors out of the huddle. Brian Smith is the quarterback. That's Bellows wide to the right in the slot.
There's a counter up the middle to the fullback.
Nothing there. Second and 9.
I guess Canton still has an outside shot of making the district playoffs.
I was going to ask you about that, Jim. If they win this game, they
could be, I think, 4th in the district.
backs are split.
which means they'd play either South Williamsport or Southern Columbia.
That's West. And not much there again.
Looks like another counter play. We had a lot of people coming left. West running right.
3rd and 5.
Ball's on the 45.
Bellows coming to the near side. Backs are split behind Brian Smith. Gonna pass. He has West open, but
Good open.
not much real estate.
Good open field tackle by number 42. What's his name, Stu?
That's Dan Kress,
Damn crap.
and he's a good football player.
We just made a nice tackle on him.
Minute 40 remaining in the first period. Jeremy Parker will punt.
I believe that's Scott Kilburn, Stu.
I'm sorry, Scott Kilburn. And that ball is mishandled. And I believe maybe a Warrior. No, that ball was recovered by, by Troy. Let's see who fell on it. Jim Smith.
Oh, lucky break for Trojans.
So they'll set up shop once again deep in their own territory. Ball is spotted about on the 10-yard line. Just over a minute remaining in the first period. The Warriors leading 8-0.
Troy's throwing.
Allen's going to pass. He has a man open, and it's broken up very nicely there by number 42, play. Greg Bellows.
Greg Bellows, yeah, good defensive play. Could have very easily been an interception, Stu.
Yes, it could have. Second and 10. 1 minute remaining in the first period here at Alperon Park. Ball on the Trojan 10-yard line. Give, I believe, is to Smith. Gets across the 15 to about the 18-yard line, where it'll be 3rd and 2.
Almost into the first quarter. Hasn't been much offense so far, Stu.
No, not much.
But Canton's been playing basically in Troy's end of the field. That's where you want to be.
Give is to Smith, nowhere to go. And Troy's going to have to punt again. And that will bring the first period of play to a close. That's the end of the first period with the score, Canton 8, Troy nothing. We'll be back after these messages.
That's the end of the first quarter with the score, Canton 8 and Troy nothing.
All right, we're all set to go here in the second period as the Warriors are leading 8-0. And Troy will punt the ball.
Canton should have good field possession again, Stu.
From about the 50-yard line. That's taken by Callie West. West makes his way downfield where he is tackled and brought down about the 46-yard line, where the Warriors will set up in Trojan territory.
It's pretty good coverage by the Troy coverage team this time, because that was a line drive punt. That could have very easily been returned for a lot more yards.
Okay, Brian Smith brings his team out of the huddle. Receivers wide to the left, backs in the I formation. Give is to West. West, nowheres to go.
Looks like they're keying on Kelly West.
As well they should.
I think it's time to run a few counters.
Loss of a yard. It'll be 2nd and 11. There you see the Trojan defensive alignment.
Yeah, they're still in that 4-4, I believe.
Backs are split. Bellows slot to the right. Kind of a wing back. He's in motion. Pitch to him. Gets about to midfield. Not much. We're seeing some pretty good defense.
Yeah, so far that's all it's been, is a defensive struggle. Greg Bellows hasn't carried the ball that much this year, but he has an impressive average of over 7 yards per carry. Doesn't look like either team can get outside. I think it's about time to run right straight at him.
Lost a few more yards. It'll be 3rd and 15. 10:21 remaining here in the first half. And while there's a timeout on the field, we'll pause for these messages. Well, you're seeing all the hype and hoopla of NTL football, the old shoe game, 1993 variety. Stu Wilson along with Jim Reed from Alperon Park, as the Warriors have a 3rd and 15 from about midfield. There's a pass by Smith, and it's into the ground, incomplete.
Looks like somebody hit Smith's arm as he was about to throw the ball.
That brings up 4th down, 3 and out.
So far, a good punt return and a nice little run, 3-yard run by Kelly West is the difference.
Yep. Scott Kilburn standing on about the 37-yard line. Here's the kick.
Looks like it went off the side of his foot. Wasn't a very good kick. Looks
Sure
like
wasn't.
they only gained about 10 yards on that punt.
Went out of bounds on about the 37-yard line, 38-yard line of Troy, where they'll take over 1st and 10.
Sometimes a punter has too much time, Stu.
Yeah. .10:08 remaining here in the first half. 8-0 Warriors leading. Backs are stacked. Looks like Smith picks up a couple of yards.
Good swarming defense by Canton.
Not sure that was Smith.
I'm not sure about the Troy team, but I do know Canton has a lot of players back next year. There's a lot of young kids out there playing.
A lot of juniors and a few sophomores.
A little mix-up in the defensive backfield.
Smith gets across the 45 to about the 48-yard line.
could be close to one of the few first downs in the first half.
But there's a yellow hanky someplace on the field.
Looks like that might be a costly one against, I'm not sure yet. Looked like he was going to march it off against Canton.
Unsportsmanlike conduct is what the referee just signified.
I hate to see that happen.
Yeah. 15 big ones, and that'll bring up a first down for the Trojans. It'll move the ball all the way down to the Canton 36-yard line. Number 30 is Jason Woodard in the game for the Trojans. He goes wide to the right. Backs are stacked.
It's always one of those, they sure are stacked.
Give us to the first man through, and that's Imp. Picks up several yards.
I haven't seen that offensive formation yet this game. Those if it was an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, you know, those are the unnecessary penalties that sometimes really cost you.
Yeah. Second and 7. Ball on the 33-yard line. Again, this time the ball is given to Smith. Some pretty nice handwork in the backfield there by the quarterback. He faked it for the first man through, gave it to Smith, and Smith got across the 30-yard line to about where are they spotting it? About the 27-yard line. So it's going to be 3rd and 1.
Stu, that's what'll freeze the middle linebacker and the interior lineman when they fake the ball to that first person through, and sometimes they're not able to get out there in pursuit and make the tackle.
Now we're going to have a measurement. Bringing the chains all the way across the field to the near side. You know, they may have a first down.
I don't think so. A few inches short.
Oh my, just a couple of inches. Okay, Coach, make the call.
Well, I think they're in 2-down territory right here anyway, Stu.
Yeah.
I'm sure they're going to try something right up the middle, I would imagine. Or, since they are in 2-down territory, sometimes it's not a bad idea to let her fly.
Yep, we could see that. We'll see how conservative or non-conservative the Troy coaching staff is here. We have Zephyrs. No, that's Jason Woodard, I believe, on the near side.
But right now they're set up in that power I.
Now there seems to be some discussion or something. Okay, the referee has marked the ball ready for play, and here we go.
Now the tailback moved up just a little bit. He looked awful deep. There he goes, quarterback sneak with the first down.
And he picked up the first down. Ball spotted right just about on the 25-yard line. 8:20 remaining in the first half. 8-0 Canton, and the Trojans are on their way down the field.
That's a couple first downs in a row for them.
And with the help of a bad penalty.
Yes.
Zephyrs wide to the right. Power I offense. Power I backfield. The pitch is to Smith. Picks up about 5 yards to the 20.
Looks like they're trying our outside still, Stu. It almost looks like student body right and student body left.
Jason Woodard checks back in, and Mike Zephyrs checks out for the Trojans.
You know, it's tough to run outside anymore ever since they made the rule that you couldn't block below the waist, which is good for the players because there used to be a lot of knee injuries because of that. But
2nd and 6.
I'm not exactly sure if that was a good defensive play by West or he tripped over his own quarterback's feet.
Yeah, I think Smith just fell down. So they lost a yard or so.
Every
3rd
down,
and 8.
every down is precious, and that was just one of those mistakes that could cost them.
Backs are stacked again. Receiver wide to the right. Allen drops straight back. Has a man open. Zafaris can't hang on to it and guarded real closely there by Greg Bellows. Good defensive play by Bellows. So that's going to bring up 4th down for the Trojans.
Now, a lot of times defensively, the defensive halfback will take the wide kid and the linebacker will take the tight end. In this situation, they're putting Greg Bellows, a linebacker, out there on the wide kid and leaving Bobby Woodward there on the tight end, maybe because of the speed difference, I would imagine.
Zafaris comes wide to the left. Single back in the backfield. Allen drops straight back. He has Zafaris open and just overthrows him.
Looks like Canton crashed the end on that one, put a little pressure on the quarterback. It made him release the ball sooner than he wanted to.
So the Warriors will take over on downs on about their own 22-yard line. They stopped the charge by the Trojans.
Well, let's see if Canton can get something rolling this time.
6:51 remaining in the first half. 8-0. Almost dropped my cue sheet, and if that drops down on that crowd, I don't know who anybody is. My cheat sheet.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if Miller comes out throwing now. Now we're in a power eye.
Give us to West, straight up the middle.
But they are running straight at him now.
Gets to the 25. Gain of about 3 yards. It'll bring up 2nd and 7. Brian Smith, junior quarterback for the Canton Warriors. 5'11", 170 pounds, according to their stat sheet. Taking them a long time to get out of the huddle.
Yeah, that could be a delay of game penalty here. They don't hurry up.
Smith gives
there
to,
goes
oh
the
yeah.
Counter. There goes the counter. I'll tell you what.
That was a nice play. He handed the ball to West, and West gave it to Bellows, and Bellows picked up a 1st down.
Bellows could have been gone. Some kid tripped him up. Got him right by the shoestrings. I couldn't tell in the middle of it who the Troy defender was that tripped him up.
Ball spotted on the 35-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Warriors. 6 minutes and 1 second remaining in the first half. They lead 8-0.
There's that counter we were talking about earlier.
Took 2 handoffs to get it, though.
Yeah.
All right, so the Warriors are calling timeout. They seem to be a little bit confused on offense, and not sure what the problem is. But while we have a timeout on the field with the score Canton 8, Troy nothing, we'll pause for these messages. Canton Warriors with the ball on their own 35-yard line with 6:01 remaining here in the first half. They're leading 8-0. 1st down and 10. Brian Smith, the quarterback for the Canton Warriors. He has Greg Bellows coming wide to the right. Backs are split behind him. And he's going to pass.
Throw on 1st down.
He's got Bellows.
Oh,
but the
nice
pass
recovery by Bob Woodward.
Bob Woodward. Beautiful catch at about the 45-yard line. Gets down to the 41. Another 1st down.
Bob was in a lot of traffic. He just went to the football. That's what a good receiver will do.
Nice play by Bob Woodward.
If he gets his hands near it, believe me.
Well, he's 6'2" and 165 pounds, and he's a junior, too.
Oh, yes.
So he'll be back another year.
He's also their backup quarterback, I believe.
Ball on the 41-yard line, the Trojan 41.
Looks like Canton's got something going now, Stu.
Looks like they have. They have Bellows in the wing to the left. The backs are split. Here comes Brian Smith, gives the ball to West. Now, that time they looked like the counter play.
Good
West
fake.
kept the ball and picked up another first down, or awfully close to it. I guess he's a yard or two short.
That was a great fake by Greg Bellows. I thought for sure he had the ball on that play.
Yeah. So that
I'll tell
looked
you.
just like the play that they used before, but they just didn't do that second handoff, that's all.
That's right. Greg made a nice fake. He put his hands over to his side like he still had the football, and there were still people following him, including myself.
Gain of 6 at 2nd and 4.
I imagine they're going to stay running. They're going to run right at him. They're going to run some counters. They're going to throw maybe on first, second down from now on.
Full house backfield. And the give is to West. West on the left side misses one, breaks one tackle and is pulled down a little bit short of the first down, I think. Maybe picked up 3 yards or so.
Kelly's not a very big kid. He has to rely on his quickness and foot speed.
He's wiry.
He's a tough kid, but
5'7", 150 pounds, according to the stats. Senior. 3rd and 1 with 4:55 remaining in the first half. The Warriors leading 8-0 and threatening here. Ball about on the 32-yard line. Greg Bellows in the backfield with the power I formation. Give is to West.
that time he cut it up in, got the first down. I almost thought he was going to try to break that outside, maybe lose a yard or two, but he came back up in.
Actually, that was some heads-up running.
Yes. I wouldn't be surprised now if Canton does air it out this down. What do you think, Stu?
Well, we'll see. Good opportunity. The ball on the 29-yard line.
They're in 4-down territory again.
Yep. Backs are split. And a whistle and a flag. And the flag came from the referee. And that's a procedure penalty against the Warriors.
Boy, those are the mistakes you cannot make.
I presume somebody moved. Watching at home, you can rewind your VCR and take a look. 1st and 15, 4 minutes until halftime. Same formation. Give is to...
Another counter.
That's Bellows
This time
coming
they
around
gave
the
it
near
to Bellows.
side.
Tough kid, tough run.
Breaking
Tough
tackles.
run.
Beautiful run by Greg Bellows.
That's one of the reasons he averages over 7 yards a carry, but he's hard to bring down.
I guess he is. Gets down to, my goodness, inside the 20-yard line, about the 18.
I'd be surprised if our backfield averages much over 150 pounds.
Well, I can tell you. Roberts is 165. Bellows 150. Kilburn, when he's in there, he's 175. Okay, that's Woodard wide to the left. But the give is to Roberts.
I was thinking, you know, it's about time they gave the ball to Ian. He's been doing a lot of blocking.
Haven't called his number much yet tonight.
No. He's a tough runner. He runs very low to the ground, low center of gravity. He's tough to bring down.
And a good blocker.
Oh, yes. Nice boy also.
Gain of 3, 2nd and 7. 3 minutes to go here in the first half. The Warriors leading 8-0, but threatening.
It's been a good drive, Stu. I can't remember where Canton started out on. What was it, around 30-yard line or something like that?
Something like that. I don't know either. Fake to Roberts, give to West. Nowhere.
A little bit of confusion in the backfield there. I think the quarterback ran into one of the first backs through. That slowed the play down. By then, all the Troy defense knew where the football was. There wasn't much hope for that play.
No place to go. All dressed up and no place to go.
Oh.
3rd and 9, the ball on the 19. 2:23 here in the 1993 Old Shoe game from Alperon Park. Backs are split. Bellows wide to the right. And Smith's going to throw. He throws on the far side to Morris. Morris makes a nice catch.
That could be a first down. Oh, we have a late penalty coming in. Might be a late hit.
Or a face mask.
Might be a face mask.
Let's look at the guy in the white hat and see what he says. Ball looks to be inside what? Inside the 5 maybe? No, I still didn't see that. What was the call? Personal foul.
Might be right about at the
Personal foul. So it'll be a first down.
It'll be inside the 5 now, Stu.
Yep. Looks to be on about the 2-yard line.
Those 2 yards are some of the toughest yards in football.
Sure right. Scoreboard says the 3-yard line.
Defensively, you don't have a whole lot of room to worry about. Backed up right to the goal line.
We've got Morris wide to the right. Backs are split. No, they're in an I formation, I guess. That's West over the right side, and he's
another
in.
touchdown.
Touchdown, Canton Warriors.
That was a good drive, Stu.
That was a marvelous
They
drive.
mixed the pass and the run up well. They mixed the counters up. A couple well-designed plays in that drive that really helped them.
I'm impressed with young Brian Smith, the junior quarterback for the Warriors. Shows a lot of poise in there, and he handles the ball well, and he's a good passer. Watch out next year. So it's 14-0, Warriors leading. 1:50 remaining, and we're going for the point after here. We're going for 2 again. That's Riddle in motion. Smith going to pass. He's got a man open, but he underthrew the ball. It was into the ground. It was intended for Bob Woodard. Incomplete. And so the score remains the Canton Warriors 14, the Troy Trojans nothing. And we'll be back right after these messages. Well, Jim Reed, once the Canton Warriors got their offense untracked, they looked pretty impressive on that last drive.
You might see Miller open it up a little bit now. He might feel a little more comfortable with a 14-0 lead. I think I understand why he's going for the 2-point conversion now. I'm not exactly sure, but I do know that this Imp kid from Troy has one heck of a foot, and he might be a little worried about the field goal or whatever in a close situation.
Okay, we're all set to go here for the kickoff. Ball is taken by Smith, straight up the middle. And he's still on his feet, still going. Gets across the 30 to about the 35-yard line, where the Trojans will set up. You know, the Canton Warriors called timeout during that drive. They were there was a little bit of confusion when they were somewhere around the 40-yard line, 35-yard line. They called timeout, seemed to have gotten things straightened out, and marched right down the field.
Yep.
Of course, that personal foul penalty didn't hurt anything.
Oh, no.
All right, here we go. The Warriors ball on their own 36-yard line. They have a minute and a half to get things going. Allen's going to pass. He's looking for John Imp, and the pass is just past his outstretched hands.
Just off his fingertips. Would have been a heck of a catch.
Just a step. I think, what was that,
Brandon Riddle on the
yeah.
coverage again.
Sure.
He's all over the place.
So that'll bring up 2nd and 10. The Trojans trailing 14-0. Trojans send 2 receivers wide to the right. They split their backs. Ryan Allen, the quarterback. Looking for a receiver. Can't find one. Ball's on the ground. Fumble on the play. Let's see who recovered.
This could break it wide open, Stu.
Oh, my goodness. The Warriors have the football. Can we see? Get in there close. And who was that?
I'm not exactly sure. Somebody stunted from the outside. Now, I don't know if it was defensive end or outside linebacker. I'm pretty sure it might have been the weak side linebacker. I think probably the coaching staff from Canton understand that Troy might have to come out throwing now to get back in this football game.
So the Warriors set up 1st and 10. The ball is spotted on the 30-yard line, the Troy 30, with a minute remaining here in the first half.
Yeah,
leading 14-0.
They have to watch the clock. I think Canton only has one timeout left.
I think you're right.
There he is,
Good
wide
pass.
open, wide open.
Oh my goodness, he has his receiver wide open. That's
open.
Bob Woodard on the far side of the field.
I'll tell you, sometimes that's the hardest pass to throw when you got a kid that wide open.
Yeah.
Believe me, he laid it right in there.
Pretty easy to miss him, isn't it?
Believe it.
Clock has stopped.
They better hurry up and get the ball out of, well, they
Ball
have
is
to stop
on the
clock for first.
6-yard line, and the Warriors are in a hurry-up offense here. Clock's running now,
Probably throw the ball out of bounds.
and
yes,
that's
there you
exactly
go.
what he does. That stops the clock. There's 40 seconds remaining here in the first half. Warriors leading 14-0. We're seeing a pretty good football game.
Yes, we are. It didn't start out that way, but it's getting better. I'll tell you, this is a tough situation for the coaching staff also. You're down there with a 2nd and 6, and there's only 40 seconds left. You know, if you run the ball, you might run out of time. But yeah, you know they're going to be waiting for you to throw the ball. So that's a tough call.
Let's see what Coach Moyer does. He's had a few years of experience at doing this. Backs are split. Here comes Smith. He's going to pass. He's got a man open. That's Bob Woodard. He's short of the goal line, though.
There goes the scoreboard.
Oh, my.
There it
Ball
goes. It came
about
back
on the
on
4-yard line, just inside the 5. It's going to be 3rd and goal. 18 seconds remaining.
Maybe we don't have any timeouts left.
Here's the pass,
looks
intercepted in the end zone. It's coming out. That's Allen bringing it out. He should have stayed in the end zone.
Looked like a flag.
So that stops the Warriors' drive with 9 seconds.
There's a flag down. If that's
Uh-oh.
against Troy, you can forget that interception.
Yellow hanky. Let's see what it is. Where's the guy in the white hat? There he is.
If it was against Canton, Canton missed a golden opportunity on that one.
It's holding against Canton. It's refused, and the interception will stand. Trojans will take over somewhere the 2-yard line, 4-yard line, something like that. It's immaterial. For all intents and purposes, the first half is over. Unless somebody blows it. Ball is, close to the goal line.
I think they're just going to let the time run out.
That's,
Smart move.
that's the end of the first half. With the score, Canton 14, Troy nothing. Ladies and gentlemen, the Canton Warriors High School Marching Band. Well, Jim Reed, we just saw a nice halftime presentation by both high school bands, and we saw a good first half of football. Some observations from a coach's viewpoint.
Well, it started off pretty sluggish. Neither team could move the football. And then Troy, we got a good break on a nice punt return by Greg Bellows, and took it in from 3 yards out. And Troy mounted somewhat of a drive, but Canton held. And then Canton put on a real good drive of their own that made the score 14-0, and we missed a golden opportunity right at the end of the first half down on the 6-yard line, but I think we were in a hurry and time ran out in that situation.
We had the opportunity before the game to speak with Troy Athletic Director Bob Grantier, and he advised us that the field was in good condition, and it is. You know, even though both bands have been out there trampling on it, and it's not a mess.
I was really surprised too. I've been over here where there have been 6 inches of water on the sidelines and 6 inches of snow. And
yeah.
I thought with all the snow we had at the beginning of the week that the field might be a
well, right here, Jim, if you look down on the track, look at the water standing there on the track. And yet, like you say, the field is drained quite well, and been very little evidence of poor footing out there.
Well, we had a real dry summer until right towards the very end, and then we had a real wet fall, and the grass came back, and it's holding up pretty good.
Yeah, it is. Well, the captains are meeting in the center of the field, and we're going to be ready for the second half kickoff with the Warriors leading 14-0. We'll be back after these messages. Stu Wilson along with Jim Reed from Alperon Park in Troy, Pennsylvania, the 1993 Old Shoe Game, the frolic that they have here every year between here and Canton every other year. Canton is going to receive the kickoff to begin the second half. In pretty good shape, 14-0.
Yeah, Canton could definitely use another score. Troy is not out of it by any means.
Absolutely. Be interesting to see what adjustments the coaching staffs have made at halftime.
That's one thing that Miller Moyer and Jake Schaefer have been very good at over the years, is they can make adjustments at halftime.
Well, they've got some pretty good help up here in the booth,
they
too.
sure do. Denny Faust has a lot of years in the program. I think 25. Jake has 31, 32. Miller 33 or something like that.
Denny Faust ain't old enough to have 25 years.
Oh, yeah. Well, he started when he was 14.
Yeah. Like Stu Streeter. Huh?
Yeah.
Our able cameraman and producer and director and all that sort of stuff. Okay, we're all set to go for the second half as John Imp has the ball teed up, and we're all set for the second half kickoff.
That's I was telling you a little bit earlier about that foot of Imp. That was a pretty good kickoff. Somebody's got to pick that
someone
ball
needs to
up.
pick it up, and finally Woodard does it. He fumbles it. The ball's on the ground.
Ooh.
It looks like the Warriors picked it up. Yeah, they did.
I'll tell you, the ball's taken a couple Canton bounces today.
Yeah, it has. Oh, my.
A little bit of confusion on who was going to pick that ball up.
Yeah, Matt Morris fell on it. You can't let a kickoff go. I'm sorry, but
Not when it's in the field of play, that's for sure.
Okay, so the Warriors have the ball spotted about on the 21-yard line, their own 21, to begin things here in the second half of this annual fracas. And Brian Smith is the quarterback. Tight set on the offense. Morris is split end. Give is to West, I believe. And there's nothing there for him. I think the Troy Trojans may have been in the huddle.
Yeah, we tried going outside earlier in the game. I think they might better go back to running straight at him and the counters again. Troy's got good outside speed defensively, so.
Second down, 11. I'm sorry, second and 19. No, we didn't lose that much. Second and 11, it was right the first time.
Yeah.
All right. The bellows wide to the left. Smith's going to pass.
Looks like a screen setup, well set up screen.
Complete to Roberts.
That was the old fullback screen. That's one of Canton's pet plays over the last few years. Gotten us out of a hole quite a few times. That time he had three blockers out in front of him, but Troy made a good defensive play.
Gain of about 5 yards. It'll be 3rd and 6.
Those screens are hard to set up. Takes a lot of timing, too.
Ball on the 25. Action just beginning here in the second half. Smith going to pass again, looking for Morris, I believe that is. And it's just over his head. He was unable to make the reception. It'll be 4th down.
Well, most of the first half, Canton played in Troy's end of the football field. Looks like Troy might end up with good field position in this situation. I see the two kids back for Troy are back there about the 40-yard line.
Kilburn will kick, standing about on his own 11-yard line. Gets a kick away. It's a little short. Drops on about the 35. It's picked up there by Smith. He mishandled it, but ended up with it out of bounds on the 31. So the Trojans will have a shot at it. 9:42 remaining in the third period. 14-0, Warriors leading. Ball on about the 33, they're spotting it. That's his forward progress.
Well, we'll see if Troy found any wrinkles in Canton's defense this time.
Jason Woodard is wide to the right. Backs are stacked. Give is to Smith. Smith goes over the left side, picks up a couple of yards, maybe 3 to the 36.
There's Brandon Rydell in the bottom of the pile again. You know, when you have a small school like Canton, a lot of kids spend all 48 minutes out on the football field.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
They have to be in shape.
Receiver wide to the right. The give is to Smith.
Looks
Smith
like
gets to the 39-yard line.
Looks like Troy's coming out running right at us.
And they're picking up some real estate. It'll be third down, about 3 or 4 yards. Just inside their own 39. That's Zachary's coming wide to the near side. Give is to Smith again. Smith has his first down.
That was a good stick. First person that met Smith. I couldn't tell. Looks like we have an equipment problem here for Canton boy. No, he's all right now.
Ball on the Trojan 44, 1st and 10. Zachary's comes to the near side again. The backs are split. I'm sorry, the backs are stacked. Here's Smith. Couple of yards.
That time Kelly West crashed from his defensive end position and just about made a tackle in the backfield. Jake and Miller complement each other very well. Jake usually calls all the defenses, and Miller calls all the offense.
2nd down and 8. Jason Woodard near wide to the near side. Not sure what the holdup is. I guess, like you said, an equipment problem. Here's Allen. Gives to Smith again. Smith is a workhorse. And he's picking up some real estate tonight. Jim Smith, number 34 for the Troy Trojans.
That's one thing Canton's defense has usually been able to do is they bend a little bit every once in a while, but they usually don't break too often. They keep trying to run the same play every time. It's not going to work. They're going to have to mix in some counters and maybe a few passes.
The Trojans show you a lot of different formations. Now we have a wide receiver to the left side. Allen is back.
Good pressure on the quarterback.
And yeah.
There's Kelly West coming in again. Weak side defensive end. He's basically free in that situation to go to the quarterback.
Well, Dan Kress has played fullback. He's played tight end. He's all over the field for the Trojans. Now he's in there. Well, he's in punt formation. He's in the special team. 4th and 7, 6:51. Gets some pressure. The kick goes straight up in the air. And it's going to drop. Takes a Canton roll, a Canton bounce, and it'll be downed on about the 35-yard line. I sure wish they wouldn't lay those markers down.
Yeah, it's hard to tell
Those
which
yard
line
markers. So the ball is on the 30-yard line. 6:40 remaining. Warriors leading 14-0 here in the 1993 Old Shoe game.
Well, we'll see if Canton can mount another drive. Looks like they might be setting up another counter.
Backs are split.
There it is. Fumble on the play. Here's a counter to...
Troy came up with it too, and boy, what a bad break for the Warriors.
There's a mistake. Can't afford. Yeah, that time they had Greg Bellows set up out at the wing, and flow went right. They came back with a counter to the left. Looked like there was a hole there. He just never got his hands on the handle on the football.
Yep. Ball on the Warrior 31-yard line. That's Jason Woodard wide to the right. Give us to Smith. Smith has some good yardage, some running room. Gets down across the 25-yard line. Jim Smith, Troy Trojan tailback.
Well, this is the best opportunity Troy's had so far.
First down, ball on the 20-yard line.
This is where Canton defense has to stiffen up.
Zacharis wide to the right. That's Imp, I believe, up the middle.
Right now, they're getting too much real estate on them.
They certainly are. They're having a lot of success inside the tackles.
I think they've only thrown one pass the second half so far.
That's Woodard wide to the right.
In that power eye stack.
Here's Allen. Give is to Smith. Smith over the left side, picks up a couple.
What happens in that situation is you actually have two lead running backs going through the hole as extra blockers.
Yeah.
In past years, one of Troy's bread and butter plays is that little quick trap with the fullback up the middle. They don't run that anymore, I guess.
Third down and 2.
The time they gave to the fullback, I believe.
Looked like it was John Imp again. Picked up another couple of yards. I don't know. He's close to a first down.
It's like about 3rd and 2, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. It's hard to tell from here.
No. Closer than that. Might be a measurement.
Yeah, they're going to bring the chains in.
I don't know. Canton looks a little flat right now. Somebody better get him fired up.
Well, the Trojan offensive line is doing a good job here, opening up some holes for those running backs. First down for the Trojans.
I believe it's inside the 10-yard line.
Inside the 10. So they got 4 tries at it. Ball spotted at the 9-yard line. 14-0. Warriors leading, but the Trojans are threatening to get on the board here with 4:19 remaining in the 3rd period. Zacharis wide to the right. Give us to Smith. Smith over the right side. Gains a couple of yards. Gets to about the 7-yard line. Second down. Referee, the official there, wiping the ball. Grass is wet. Backs are split. Receiver wide to the left. Give is to Smith, and he
Good
gets
defensive
nothing.
play.
Excellent defensive play by a couple of Warriors. 68.
I believe that's Scott Stone. Maybe.
I think you're right. No, it's Corey Bellows.
Oh, excuse me. Corey Bellows. There's another sophomore.
Now we have a timeout.
I guess Corey's older brother, John Bellows, is doing a real good job down at Wilkes this year at tackle.
Down there with Boo.
Yes.
Okay, there's a timeout on the field with the score Canton 14, Troy nothing. We'll be back after these messages. Stu Wilson and Jim Reed here at Alperon Park in Troy, Pennsylvania on a fairly warm, comfortable Friday evening in November for the 1993 Old Shoe game.
I had a feeling today that we might even have a problem seeing the numbers of the kids because I thought it would be a lot muddier than this. And
I know, especially those white uniforms, and they're not bad.
No.
See them better on the screen. Well, a couple of muddy shirts down there. Some muddy knees, and those down linemen especially. What do they call them, the big uglies?
That's where the game's won or lost, right there.
It certainly is. Okay, 2 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Allen's throwing on the left side, and he overthrows Jim Smith, and a flag on the play. I bet they're going to call interference.
Yes.
Probably Kelly West.
Now that was a design play by Troy. The receiver for Troy was breaking outside, and the quarterback threw to a spot. And the receiver was going to that spot and ran into our defender,
who happened to be in the way.
Yes.
First down, automatic first down. 3:17 remaining, third period. That's what I wanted to say. Okay, I have no idea who that number 82 is in there, but 86 going wide to the left is Brandon Williams. We have Jason Woodard wide to the right.
I'll tell you, this all started with a turnover.
Yeah, it did. That was him. Unable to get into the end zone, but he's close.
It's kind of like walking a man in baseball. 99% of the time they end up scoring.
Yeah. 2nd and 2 from the 2. 2:50 remaining, third period. Imp does the single setback.
Good defensive play again. Looks like Brandon Wright stepped right up in there and made a nice tackle.
And also Brandon Long getting up off the ground.
There's a kid that's helped us this year. He played at Towanda for a year, a couple years ago. He didn't play last year, and he came out of senior year this year, and he's done a real nice job.
3rd and goal from the 2. Receivers wide left and wide right. Give is to Imp, and he's in. Touchdown, Trojans.
Hey, when you have 1st and goal on the 4-yard line, and you've got a couple power runners like Troy has, pretty tough to stop them down inside.
And a big offensive line. So the Troy fans have something to cheer about as the Trojans get on the scoreboard with 2:10 remaining here in the third period. 14-6, and let's see what they do.
Yeah, I'm anxious to see if he goes for 2, or I'm sure he's not going to play this ball game for a tie. Sooner or later, you have to go for 2.
Absolutely.
In the case of a tie, the Old Shoe stays with the team that won it last.
Yeah. That's only happened 3 times since 1955. And now
a couple of those
we're going to kick.
0-0 games.
Yeah, we're going to kick.
Okay.
I don't know who the kicker is.
That's him. He's really good.
Okay, yep, that's
got a
right.
good foot.
And the kick is up and good. I thought that was number 36. It's 35. Yeah, John Imp. So it's 14-7 with 2:10 remaining here in the third period. We'll be back after these messages. Well, the Troy Trojans took over after a costly turnover by the Warriors and took it down the field for, a short field actually, for a touchdown. The extra point's good. It's 14-7 here in the 1993 Old Shoe Fracas.
There's a lot of time left, Stu. Can't be conservative. They have to go right after him.
John Imp teeing the ball up for the Trojans after successfully kicking the point after touchdown. Looks like West and Bellows standing on their own 10-yard line. It puts the boot into it. It's a short kick, a very, very poor kick.
That was almost like an onside kick, though. But that ball
But I don't
wouldn't
think
roll
that's
out of
what he was
bounds.
doing.
No.
But yeah, they could have.
I tell you, there was a few Troy people right around that football.
Yeah.
Thank goodness it went out of bounds.
Ball looks to be somewhere near the 40-yard line.
That was an unusual kick. It went down the field about 15 yards and took a hard right.
Yeah. Now we're what the holdup is. We have a procedure penalty against Troy, and it's declined, of course, because of the good field position.
That's a
that
break.
The Warriors have, yeah. And so Canton has taken over on their own 39-yard line with 2:09 remaining here in the third period. First and 10.
Sometimes, too, a kicker tries to kick the ball too hard instead of just following through.
Morris and Bellows, I believe, wide to the right. And Smith is going to keep it.
I think that's the first option Canton's tried tonight.
Picked up a couple of yards. Yeah, I think it is.
Usually the quarterback's read is on the defensive end or the person on the outside perimeter. If that person goes with the pitchman or the tailback, then the quarterback's taught to keep the ball and turn it up inside. Not to string it out. Turn it, how would they say it, north and south.
Looks like Greg Bellows, I think, wide to the right. Handoff goes to West. West over the right side, picked up some nice real estate.
You get West out in the open.
He's a nifty runner.
Yes, he is. He can move. I think they may be setting up another counter.
We'll watch for that.
You know,
1
counters will never work, Stu, unless your original play works first.
Yep.
And right now they're
Yep.
ripe for a counter.
3rd and 1. Under a minute remaining in the third period. Give us to West again. West picks up the first down. Crosses the 45-yard line.
This is what Canton needs. They don't need 4 downs and out. They have to move the football now. Take control of the game again.
All on the 49-yard line.
You have to take the momentum away from Troy is what you have to do.
Just inside the Trojan territory. About a half minute remaining in the third period. 14-7, the Warriors leading. Bellows wide to the left this time. Backs in the I formation. Long count. Pass right straight down the middle.
Oh,
That's
nice grab. There it goes.
One-hand catch.
There
It
he
goes. Couple of guys out.
Oh.
They're not going to get him. Touchdown, Canton.
I'll tell you what. There's been a couple times this year old Bob got caught from behind, but buddy, he had those legs churning today. I think those strides were 7 yards long.
Lovely one-handed catch by Bob Woodard. And he puts the Warriors up 20-7 with 15 seconds remaining in the third.
You know, I wasn't sure who he was throwing that ball to. I thought he was throwing it to the kid going on the slant. I just caught Bob out of the corner of my eye and made a nice catch. Away he went.
Yeah, Bob caught her.
There's what they needed. Now we'll probably go for 2 again, I would imagine. Although I don't know. In this situation, you might want to go for 1 to give us 21. Make them go for 2.
Miller's going for 2. That's Rydell in motion to the right. Smith's going to pass. Got Rydell open, but he's being hung. He's got a guy hanging onto his leg. Couldn't get the pass off, and the conversion attempt is no good. So, go ahead.
Excuse me. He had a lot of time that time. Just couldn't find an open receiver.
Yep. So with 15 seconds remaining in the third period, the score is Canton 20, Troy 7. We'll be back after these messages. Well, a drive that started after a very poor kickoff by the Troy Trojans, and the Warriors were able to take advantage of the good field position, took the ball down the field on a nice catch by Bob Woodard. And they're leading 20-7.
To the Canton team, Sue, that's just what the doctor ordered, I'll tell you on that one.
Yeah, because they were looking a little sluggish.
Yes, they were. Now I think the momentum's swung back to Canton.
Well, here's the kickoff. Goes on the far side. They're letting it roll. Zephyr
No, he
picks
picked it up.
Yep, he's at the 15-yard line being chased there. He gets across to the, well, he gets back to the 20-yard line on a nice effort by Mike Zaffaris. So we have 8 seconds remaining in the third period. 20-7. The Trojans are setting up housekeeping on their own 20-yard line.
Now the last drive that Troy had to, even after they recovered the fumble, took quite a few minutes. I don't believe that Troy's going to have the time to march the ball down the field 3 or 4 yards at a clip. They're going to have to air it out sooner or later.
Well, that's the end of the third period with the score Canton 20, Troy 7. We'll be back after these messages.
We would like to take this opportunity to wish the district
Stu Wilson and Jim Reed coming your way from Alperon Park. We're all set to begin the fourth period of play here with the Warriors leading 20-7.
It must be nice out tonight, Stu. I see a fellow down there with his shorts on.
Do you believe that?
On November 5th at a Troy Canton football game?
Isn't that
No,
something?
I don't.
Well, the temperature's around 50 degrees. Well, that's Smith coming around the left side, and he's in the open. Kelly West has got the angle. No, that's Bob Woodard. Woodard, he gets by Woodard, though, and Brandon Rydell makes the saving tackle at the 36-yard line. A nice run by Jim Smith.
Tell you what, looked like we had him stopped right at the line of scrimmage, and he kept his feet turning.
There's some linen on the field, a yellow hanky, and let's see what the call is. Check out the guy in the white hat.
Could have been
Personal foul, face mask. Ay, 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 ay. Well, that's not what the Canton Warriors needed.
No.
A run like that and then a 15-yard penalty.
Hey, what started out to be a pretty sluggish football game has turned into a very exciting one.
Yeah, this could be a barn burner if Troy gets in the end zone. Oh my, that's Zaffaris going wide right. The backs are stacked, and we've seen that all night. The give is to Smith, and oh my goodness.
Nice play.
Ian Roberts in the backfield, and he throws Smith for a loss.
That time they had a middle stun on. I don't think Jake's backing off anybody. He's sending them.
Well, aggression wins football games, not laying back and waiting for him to come at you.
Better believe it.
We got the makings of a barn burner.
It looks like Smith kind of got the wind knocked out of him a little bit, or he's coming off the field.
Well, I certainly hope he's not injured seriously. I don't think he is. Let's see who's in for him. Now we have a coach out on the field arguing with an official about, I guess we have a timeout. Very unhappy coach from the Trojans. Not sure what happened.
I'm not either.
But there is a timeout on the field with the score, Canton 20, Troy 7. We'll be back after these messages.
8-6, 6-7. Winning ticket number for the game is 7-1. 8-6, 6-7.
Well, if the Troy Trojans can get in the end zone, we're going to have ourselves a scorcher here at Alperon Park.
I tell you, that play by Ian Roberts forced Troy to take another timeout. That might make a difference later in the football game.
Yes, it could. Ball is spotted on the 27-yard line, the Warrior 27. 2nd and 15. Pitch goes back to, that's Kress with a pass downfield. Oh, my goodness, he just overthrew his receiver. I can't see who it is. It's...
That was the halfback option.
Oh, my goodness, that's Zaffaris.
It's a gutty call, I'll tell you.
Yeah, it was. He aired it out. He let it all hang out on that one.
I'm not exactly sure who the receiver was, but
That was Mike Zaffaris. It was just off his off his hands.
oh, defensive halfbacks always taught pass. You cover the pass, forget the run until the kid breaks the line of scrimmage. And I think the kid might got fooled a little bit.
Woo. 3rd and 15, 11:04 remaining in the football game. The ball is on the 27-yard line, the Warrior 27. Here's Allen, back to pass. He's got, oh my goodness, he overthrew Smith, and it's almost intercepted there by Bob Woodard.
I see over on the far side they're running an X pattern. This is where one of the receivers will go in, the other one will go out. It kind of creates a little traffic problem for the defensive halfbacks. They almost ran into each other.
Something like a pick?
Yeah, something like an illegal pick, yes. One of those.
11:00, 20-7 here at the Alperon Park, the old shoe game. 3rd and 15. Ball still on the 27. Wide receivers to the right, single setback. Allen's going to throw now. He tucks it away. He's going to run with it straight up the middle. Gets down to the 10-yard line. 1st and 10 Trojans.
Boy, Stu, I'm not so sure that wasn't designed. I mean,
it looked like it may have been. He took a couple of steps back and tucked it away.
That looked like a quarterback draw to me.
Just outside the 10-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Trojans. And they're knocking on the door.
Now, usually in that situation, it's one of the defensive guards' responsibility on the inside to play soft, as they call it, and wait for any kind of a quarterback draw or a halfback draw.
Give us to the first man through, I think, looked like John Imp. It was. Picked up not much. Couple of yards.
I see Smith is back in the ball game. He must not be.
That's good news. That's Jason Woodard going wide to the right. The ball is on the 8-yard line. Scoreboard says 2nd and 7. They can get a first down. This is Smith. Smith straight up the middle. Touchdown, Troy!
Oh, boy.
Up the gut, and the Trojans are down 20-13, and they're going to go for 2. No, they're not. I'm sorry. I was looking at the monitor, didn't see the kicker.
No, there's no reason to go for 2.
No, absolutely not. They can win. They can win with 7. Kick is up, and it's good. So, with 10:07 remaining in the football game, it's a 20-14 game, and we'll be back after these messages. Well, Jim Reed, we've got a pretty excited crowd here at Alperon Park on this side of the field. Troy has come back to within 7 points, within 6 points. A touchdown and a point after away from going ahead here with 10 minutes remaining.
This will be a crucial offensive series for Canton, Stu.
Very big series.
We need to control the football and move the football down the field.
From the Trojan standpoint, John Imp has got to make a good kick. West and Bellows on their own 10-yard line, ready to receive the kick. 20-14. It's a low line drive kick taken by one of the upmen.
Hit the ball away.
And I believe that's Kelly West, is it not? No, that's not
no.
West.
I can't
No, that's
tell.
Woodard, Bob Woodard.
Yep, Bob Woodard.
And my goodness, he gets good field position. He gets the ball back across the 40-yard line. Go about the 42, 43.
For a while there, had me scared. He was holding the ball out in front of him like a loaf of bread.
Yeah, that makes your knees quake a little bit when you're a coach, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah, but he put it away. When he got in a crowd, he put it away.
Okay, we got ourselves a scorcher. A 6-point game, and that missed extra point looms pretty big, doesn't it?
Sure does.
Okay, we've got power I formation. Brian Smith, the quarterback. Give us to West.
Nice
West.
run. I'll tell you, he's pretty close to breaking one.
Yeah, well, he's due. Ball across the 45 to about the 46. 2nd and 7. 9:15 remaining. Bob Woodward goes wide left for the Warriors. Greg Bellows, the wingback. Give us to West. West trying to get around the left side. Does. Breaks a tackle and gets, my goodness, near midfield.
That was very good second effort.
Third down and 2.
He turned what could have been a loss into a 4 or 5 yard gain.
That he did.
It's a big play right here, Stu. We need a first down right here.
Give us to West. Up the middle. It looks like he may have a first down.
It all depends on the referee's spot.
Whether it's the left foot or the right foot, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
First down, Warriors. Big play.
That's an important first down right there.
Ball spotted on the 47, the Troy 47. 8:05 and counting in the football game. The old shoe on the line. Can the Warriors keep it another year?
Troy's doing a little something different defensively. They're stacking those inside backers.
West's picking up some good real estate here in this last couple of drives. Well, they're using a lot of time off the clock. We're down to 7.5. Everybody's staying in close.
This is where the offensive line has to come off.
Now Woodard goes to the left. Bellows the slot back. Smith's going to pass. The ball is knocked down, batted down.
That ball was a little underthrown.
Yeah.
He was ahead. He was in front of his man.
Intended for Bob Woodard.
Also, you don't want to underthrow a ball out there in a flat like that.
Woo. Third down and 8. Ball spotted on the 46. Here's Smith looking for a receiver.
There's another screen.
Got a screen out the far side. I believe that was West, was it not?
No, that was Ian Roberts.
That was Roberts. Okay.
Fullback screen.
Let's see where they spot the ball.
Looks like about 4th and 5 or 6. I wouldn't be surprised if Troy comes after it.
4th and 4. Here's the kick.
That was a good punt.
Nice kick.
Good punt.
Gonna
Punted it
fall
away.
inside the 5-yard line, inside the 10.
Oh, good
about
punt.
the 6-yard line. Whoa.
Those are the kind of punts you like. No return.
Good play by Scott Kilburn. The Canton punter sets Troy way back in their own territory. With 6:13 remaining, this could be their last gasp.
The last couple times Troy had the football, our tackling's been a little shoddy. You got to stick a shoulder in, wrap the arms, bring the man down.
1st and 10 from the 6. Double wide receiver to the right. A flag is down.
There might have been illegal procedure on Troy's part, maybe.
Give us to Smith. He didn't get anywhere. That deep, they'll probably refuse the penalty if it's against Troy. You don't pick up much real estate on a penalty down there. Procedure against Troy, and it is refused.
Yeah.
So it'll be second. And about 10. Ball still spotted on the 6-yard line. Under 6 minutes. Mike Zaffarese checking in for the Trojans.
This is a place where the defensive halfbacks can't fall asleep either.
And I guarantee you no one here at Alperon Park has fallen asleep. Troy sends 2 wide receivers to the right. Backfield in the I formation. Here goes Allen. Allen can't find a receiver open. He keeps it. Gets about, 4 yards, 3-4 yards to about the 10. So that'll bring up third. About 7.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised they might try another quarterback draw again.
Well, that worked before.
Sure did.
2 wide receivers to the left. Allen back to pass.
Whoa,
He's
wide
got,
open.
Number 42, that's Dan Kress at the 15-yard line, crosses the 15. Boy, that's going to be close.
I don't think he made it.
No, ball is spotted at the 15. He had to get to about the 16 or 17. Yeah. So that'll bring up 4th down and time to punt the ball again.
Maybe.
Well,
That'd be a gutsy call.
4th and 1 in your own 15-yard line. I don't know. With 4:20, maybe. What are we going to see here? I guess we're going to see him go for it. Let it all hang out, huh? Woo!
I would bet quarterback sneak.
Oh my goodness! Imp in the backfield. He's the only setback. Now Zaffarese goes back there, I think, and we have a timeout. Troy called the timeout.
I know what they were trying to do, Stu. They were trying to draw us offside.
Yeah. And that would have been a big play.
Yeah. Showed a lot of discipline on the Canton defense because they brought that kid in motion and set him in the backfield, hoping that would draw one of our linemen off sides. We have a trick play like that we try every once in a while.
Yeah. Not Miller Moyer. Huh?
Yeah. Now I wonder what they'll do.
I don't know.
I think that was their last time out.
You know, it's pretty hard to give up the football with only, less than 4 minutes, 3:59 remaining. It's pretty hard to give up the football. But again, you're only trailing by 6, and who knows what happens on a kick.
3:59 still a lot of time. But the big problem again is Troy has no more timeouts.
Timeouts. All right, we're gonna go for it. We've got the back stack, receiver wide to the right. Let's see what Allen does. I can't even see what he did, but he gave the ball to. Oh my goodness, that's Imp.
He broke through a big hole.
Oh my goodness.
There's a saving tackle by, I don't know, who was that, Chris Davies maybe, number 81? I think that was Chris that made the tackle.
Yeah, that's Chris Davies, 81. Oh, big play for the Trojans. Back to the wall on their deep in their own territory, 4th and 1. I guess their ball is on the 30-yard line. Receiver in motion to the right. There goes Allen. He's got him open.
Nice play.
Oh, broken up very nicely there by Brandon Riddle, I think.
No,
wasn't it? No,
I'm not sure. Let me see.
Wasn't.
No, that was David Connect, defensive end.
Yep. Nice play there. The intended receiver was Mike Zaffarese. Broken up very nicely there by Connect. Haven't called his name much tonight, but boy, he's in there.
Let me tell you, there's a situation where you have a down offensive lineman covering a kid downfield on defense.
Yeah. 2nd and 10. Allen going to throw again, and he's complete on the far side of the field. And the ball is loose.
Whoa, we have the football.
Oh, my goodness.
What a break.
Oh, my goodness. Canton gets the football. I thought he was down.
There's a kid that tried to struggle for the extra yard. And
Yep. That was Dan Crass, and quite frankly, I thought he was down, but
I think what happened was, the first kid always goes to make the tackle. The second kid goes to the football.
yep. So that was a big play for the Canton Warriors. 3:29 remaining. Warriors up 20-14.
And Troy cannot stop the clock.
Nope. And it's running. It's running. Ryan Smith brings his team out of the huddle. And we have a flag. Too much time?
No, somebody was offsides. I'm not sure.
Boy, it took a lot of time, though.
Yeah.
That's a procedure against the Warriors. Somebody moved.
I don't know if I think the center might have had the wrong snap count or something. It looked like Brian wanted the football, never got it.
That's gonna be frustrating.
Yeah.
.256 and counting. All the Warriors have to do is be careful. Here's West around the right side.
Once he gets the corner, buddy, there he goes.
Gets to the 30-yard line, 35-yard line, and make that. But he went out of bounds, I think.
Yeah.
Didn't want to do that.
No.
Ball is on the 42, according to the scoreboard. Now they're 35. That's right. Thought I was right. 2nd and 4. Here's West around the left side this time. Oh, good tackle by Jim Smith.
He's pretty close to the first down.
A little short, I think.
But again, we should be in 2-down territory here also.
Well, yeah, especially where they're at and with the time. Time
well,
left.
I don't know. What ball's on about the 30 now, or?
Well, I can't tell. Maybe he didn't get
31.
Yeah.
Now you might want to.
3rd and 1. Ball on the 31. Got to get across that 30-yard line, or awful close to it.
Yeah, there we
Keeps
go.
it, goes across. Yeah.
Use the quarterback sneak.
Yeah.
See, the way Troy plays their defense, they have the 2 backers inside, and they're off the football. So you almost have a yard right there given to you.
Yep. Yep, that's all he needed. Well, we're under 2 minutes here in the 1993 Old Shoe game. Warriors with the football on the Trojan 30-yard line, leading 20-14. And we've had a exciting game. Now, if we just don't make a mistake, we'll be all right.
Hang on to the football, both hands.
Minute 42 and counting.
That was a big first down. We had first and 15.
Yeah, big play. Give us to West.
Oh, he seemed to be able to get
my
outside
goodness.
now. Don't go out of bounds.
And he goes out of bounds at the 20-yard line. That probably will be enough for a first down. So I guess it's all over but the crying here, Troy.
Well, right now we should be able to just sit on it.
Well, the Trojan fans had something to cheer about anyway. Had a couple of touchdowns and a couple of exciting plays. They played a good football game.
Yeah, they have nothing to be ashamed of.
You don't see too many bad Old Shoe games. There've been a couple, 34-6 or something, but even those are exciting games.
Oh, yeah.
And after a measurement, the referee says first down and 10 from the 20. Minute 25. Fans starting to file out of Alperon Park. Smart ones, anyway. We'll be here a while.
Oh, yeah.
Pulling wires apart.
But by the time you and Stu have to carry all this equipment down, they'll all be
thanks
gone.
a lot. Thanks a lot, Howard. Well, the Warriors are just running the clock down now. I tell you, these steps coming up to this place they're real killers.
You better
When
play
you're
straight up and down.
Fat as I am and old as I am and legs as tired as mine. We're under a minute here at Alperon Park. All the Warriors have to do is not make a mistake. They got one man way back in the kind of a safety. Smith takes the ball and kneels to the ground. I guess they'll get one more play off. Under 40 seconds.
Yeah, he might want to run around a little bit out there this time.
Yeah. Well, it's third down. He's got 2 more times.
Oh, yeah.
2 more shots. So
Yeah. Shouldn't be about
Kelly
over
West
now.
is kind of staying way back in the
Oh, yeah.
deep
You never know.
safety. Yeah, see, he's coming way back here.
I'm sure they have somebody
midfield,
right on the center. To
just
try to,
in case someone swats the ball or
Yep.
something.
That's it.
Now that's the
That's the
game.
game time.
Yeah. Whoa, what a game. The final score, the Canton Warriors 20, the Troy Trojans 14. We'll be back after these messages. Well, Jim Reed, once again, it's been a pleasure working with you.
Thank you, Stu.
You
Same
did
here.
an excellent job on the commentary. You bring a perspective to the game that I don't have. You know, you've been a coach and player and so forth, and you see things that I don't see out there, and it's an extra set of eyes. Some observations
it's been
on
a
the
lot
game.
of fun.
Yeah, it has. Some observations, Jim.
Well, a couple mistakes hurt Troy. As a matter of fact, when they had a breakdown on the punt coverage, there's one touchdown difference. But Canton also rose to the occasion when they had to and put on a couple drives that were very crucial.
Troy's kicking game cost them a lot.
Yes.
Their special teams.
But it was a
probably
good
was the
football
difference.
game, and it was well played, and you have to be proud of both sides,
Absolutely.
and especially the kids. And I'll tell you what,
A lot of fun.
that has a lot to do with the coaching staffs. I know that, especially
Well,
for the
you
Canton
see-
side, if you're going to,
You see what's going on out there right now. You know,
Oh,
they
yeah.
all shook hands, and
oh yeah,
they're just it's good sportsmanship, and that's taught. I saw a basketball game last spring between Troy and another team, and I saw the worst sportsmanship I've ever seen in my life by that basketball team from downstate. They beat Troy.
That's embarrassing.
Yeah, and you just don't see that here. This whole
Oh,
northern
no.
tier, you just don't see it, and that is a real tribute to the coaching staffs of these teams, Canton and
If you,
Troy and Wyalusing and Towanda and all the rest
Oh
of them.
sure. If you would do something to embarrass the team and the coaches, I wouldn't even want to walk off to the sideline. Believe me.
Not on Miller Moyer's team anyway.
No.
I did hear something here this evening, and I guess I hadn't heard, or if I had, I'd forgotten. I heard some booing when the Canton boys come out on the field.
Oh yeah.
But even that's kind of in good spirit.
Oh
Sure.
sure.
It just doesn't seem to be any malice. They seem to be just having a good time.
Oh yeah. The crowd.
Now,
Both sides
now
were
you see
very
the
good.
team out on the field, and I don't know what they're doing, if they're having a time of prayer, or they're just good
That's a
talk
good-
by the coach. But that's pretty nice.
Oh, sure is. The coach is probably, telling them that, thanking the seniors, I would imagine, for a good season. Well, their season wasn't very good, but I'm sure he's having a heart-to-heart talk with them right now and tell them to keep their heads up,
Yeah, as
especially.
Yogi Berra says, you don't have to hang your. You
Oh,
can hit, you
yeah.
don't. What do you say? You hang
This
your
is
head. Hang your head high.
You've got to remember it's a game, and
Yeah.
and it's a game to be played and have fun, and if you can have success at the same time, you're pretty lucky, believe me.
Well, Jim, I guess that just about puts a wrap on it here from Alperon Park. Once again, the score: Canton Warriors 20, the Troy Trojans 14. This has been an exclusive presentation of TV 10 Sports.